Welcome to Real Estate with Corinne. I'm Corinne Kern, broker with Bighorn Real Estate in Billings, Montana. And in today's video, we are going to take another neighborhood tour. I am going to take us through the area of Lockwood, and we are going to specifically take a drive through Emerald Hills. Now, what I love about this area is that even though you're only a few minutes from town, it feels like you're up in the mountains. There is some variation to the topography in Emerald Hills, lots of pine trees, and the ability to have some elbow room. So I think you guys will really enjoy this tour, so let's take a look. So here we're going to take a look at Google Earth, and this really gives us a great overhead view of where Emerald Hills is located within Billings. And I did mention before that Emerald Hills is located within a suburb of Billings called Lockwood. So you'll commonly hear Lockwood being used to pinpoint this location, but if you see any property addresses in this area, they will reference Billings as the city. So as we make our drive through this area, you will notice that your view is going to include a lot more trees than it is homes. And I think that's one of the desirable factors of Emerald Hills. I think that a lot of people look to this area and community because they want some elbow room, they want pine trees, they want to feel like they're in the mountains and feel like they're in nature, but not have too terribly far of a commute back into Billings. So I would say, depending on where you're at within this community, depending how far back you are, or if you're on a gravel road, I would anticipate that your commute into downtown Billings would be no more than about 25 minutes, maybe up to 30 if you're further back in this subdivision. But if we take a look at the market over the last year, which properties have sold and what's currently available and under contract, we take a look at 2020 to begin with, and based on the multiple listing service, I'm showing that there are about 6 listings that sold in 2020 with a median sales price in about the mid 300,000 range. Now, as we move into 2021, there's currently 1 active listing. This is kind of an outlier in terms of this is a very high-end custom home on, I believe, 120 plus minus acres. And this one's listed for $1.7 million. So this one does not necessarily fit the typical median price point for Emerald Hills, but if you're shopping in that price range, I definitely recommend you check it out because it's a pretty incredible home. But of the other properties, there are 3 that are currently under contract in Emerald Hills, and we're finding ourselves at a median price point of $410,000 between those 3, which in my opinion is definitely more representative of Emerald Hills and kind of that median price point that I think you could find a property for in that area. Now, even though we can't see most of the dwellings in this subdivision, either because of how far they're set back or the tree coverage, I will just note that we do get to see a variety of builds and type of properties in this area. Some of the listings that I've seen come up have either been log-built homes or log-sided homes. So you do see that little bit more kind of mountain home rustic style. But I've also seen ranch style and more contemporary builds. So I definitely think there is an aesthetic that fits kind of everyone's taste out this direction. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit about the utilities and services that are out here. So these are all going to be on private services, such as septic for your sewer. And then in terms of water, we do see a mixture of both wells and cisterns. With the range and topography, sometimes wells can be hit or miss. So if you're looking to buy a property that only has a cistern and you want to look into having a well drilled, there are definitely professionals within our area that can let you know how doable that might be, at what depth that well would need to be drilled, and of course what the cost would be for that. Thanks for taking that drive with me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found that helpful if you're thinking about moving here to Billings. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Check out my other videos and neighborhood tours, information about the real estate market here in Billings. And as always, I upload new videos every Tuesday. Comment below, shoot me an email, send me a text. I'm here to answer your questions about Billings, Montana, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.